How to Eat Fried Worms by Thomas Rockwell, Chapter 11. Tom. Billy pushed the frying pan toward Tom. Okay, Fink, if it's not supposed to hurt you, you eat a piece. Oh, no, said Alan. He and Joe were lying on their stomachs in the hayloft watching. If he eats a piece, you lose, Billy. The bet was you were going to eat 15 worms, not you and him together. Billy didn't look up, his eyes fixed grimly on Tom. All right, then I'll go dig another worm, just for him. He's so big, telling me, hurry up, I can't wait around all day. Don't be a sissy, all right? Now, I didn't say sissy, said Tom uncomfortably. I just said if the first 4 worms didn't kill you, this one wouldn't. I can't help it if my mother told me to be home by 2 today. She's going shopping, so I have to mind my brother. Yeah, said Billy. Okay, so we'll just have time for you to eat a worm before you go. Come on, where's the shovel? Here, said Ellen from the loft. We brung an extra today. A worm dangled squirmily from his fingers. He dropped it to Billy. It's not cooked, said Tom. I'll do it, said Joe, scrambling down the ladder. He took the worm from Billy and ran out, then ran back in and grabbed the frying pan. Tom sat down on an overturned pail to wait. He didn't want to eat any worm. It wasn't his bet. He glanced at the door creaking in the wind. Maybe he should make the break for it. Of course, he could see Billy's point. Billy didn't believe Joe's story, but still, he'd find it reassuring if Tom ate some worm, too. He'll eat it, Billy was saying to Ellen. If he doesn't, he's chicken, said Ellen, after all his talk. Why don't I eat it, thought Tom. I mean, it's a yucky thing to do, but it wouldn't kill me. He scratched his neck, shifting his seat on the pail. I don't know, thought Tom. I just won't, I guess. He gagged, imagining what it would be like to bite down onto a soft, fat-boiled worm. He glanced at the door again. Billy kicked the door shut. Leave it open, said Tom. Why? Because I said so. Yeah, well, you don't own this barn. Neither do you. Your father does. Billy rubbed his nose, watching Tom, figuring. He's trying to pick a fight so he won't have to eat the worm. Okay. Billy opened the door and set a brick against it. Tom shifted his seat on the pail again. He couldn't stop thinking about what it would be like to bite down on a soft, fat-boiled worm. He scratched his ear. Who did Billy think he was, trying to order people around, telling them that they had to eat and all? Billy wasn't anybody's father. Tom began to feel put upon and indignant and stubborn. The screen door slammed. Joe came back with a worm. Tom licked his lips. He heard Joe running across the barnyard toward them. Billy! Alan shouted. Billy spun around just in time to catch a glimpse of Tom pelting out the door banging shut. He flung to the window. Joe sprawled in the middle of the barnyard on his back. Tom was clambering over the wall into the meadow, the frying pan laying upside down beside the horse trough. Chapter 12. The Fifth Worm. Look, said Billy to himself, staring down at the fried worm on the plate. Be sensible. How can it hurt me? I've eaten 4 already. Tom was just scared. He's like that. He eggs other people on, but he never wants to do anything himself. Give up, said Alan. Come on, said Joe. We haven't got all day. 5 more minutes, said Alan. Then I win. There's no time limit, said Billy. For the first time, he'd wondered what he'd do if he lost. Where could he ever get $50? But how could he eat 10 more? Big, fat, ugly, soft brown things. He couldn't ask his father for $50. He heard Alan and Joe whispering together. He's gonna quit. Yeah, I knew he'd never make it when I bet with him. He talks big. Him and Tom are just the same, but they never do anything. Billy gritted his teeth, glopped on ketchup and mustard, salt, grated cheese, whatever was on the crate, anything, everything, and then he grabbed the worm and tore it apart in his hands, stuffing it into his mouth, chewing and swallowing, gulping. Then, panting, he reached out and wiped his gooey hands on Alan's trousers and grinned messily up at him and said, There, 5.